All right.
Check these socks out. Who's that?
What the? George Washington. Are those your dollar socks? Hi, everybody. J. Michael and I have gotten a little bit of a dueling video for you today. We're going to put the community of SOLIVITA versus the mega community, the Villages. Comparing the two because SOLIVITA has a style of a community with about 5,750 homes that you have everything you need within your community with your town square and your, your restaurants and some shops and things like that. And then you've got the Villages, which is a mega city.
There's no comparing anything to the Villages.
No.
So out of the gate, it's kind of a silly video. It's kind of fun to look at the different lifestyles that these communities offer, but there really is nothing that compares. I mean, SOLIVITA is a big community, right? One of the biggest communities in Central Florida has 5,700 homes. The Villages has 70,000 homes.
And growing.
And growing.
Yeah.
I think I read that on average 4,900 people move there a year.
The biggest thing is, as you're looking at communities, you will feel your lifestyle. And some people love the Villages. They want every one of their relatives to move into the Villages. It feels like a Disney almost. I mean, you can go on your golf cart for 20 miles if it has that much juice in it. So be careful of that. But you can get anywhere in the Villages on your golf cart, including hospitals and grocery stores and all of the rest of the stuff. SOLIVITA isn't like that. It's just like a community that has everything you need in the community, but it doesn't quite have that reach like that. We did do a video on SOLIVITA, so specifically SOLIVITA, so you can also check that out.
Yes, and we'll be doing a deeper dive into the Villages very soon. It is a monster to tackle. It's huge, so we'll make sure and really spend some time and deep dive into that community. There's a lot of information about it, but in the meantime, let's kind of get into the different statistics on both communities, and then really the different lifestyles that both are going to offer, and I guess what becomes different in both of those.
Okay.
Number of homes in both communities.
SOLIVITA. 5,750 homes when complete. The Villages, and we don't know exactly how many when complete because they keep acquiring more land, but at this point it looks like 100,000 homes.
So online you may find stats saying that there's 5,900 in SOLIVITA.
So what happens with the developer is they may reorganize lots and then do something a little bit different. We were with an agent the other day and he thought it was going to be about 5,750. Regardless, 5,750 to 5,900 is pretty darn close.
Build dates for each community.
Okay, so SOLIVITA started with AV Homes in the year 2000, and currently it's Taylor Morrison building in SOLIVITA. The Villages started in 1978 as a project, and Mr. Morris, who is the family that has still continued to build, started with manufactured homes in 1978, and then pretty quickly started to build the recreation centers, and then frame and siding and block and stucco soon to follow.
Yeah, it was a 378 home community that they had purchased. It was him and his father, but they had purchased this, started improving the land by adding golf courses, pools, and it went from a 378 manufactured home community to set like a whole city.
Still building now, and it is literally in 3 different counties.
All right, price ranges in each community.
Price ranges. So price ranges from SOLIVITA would be approximately $200,000 for your smaller villa type plan, up to $600,000 for a nice large home. Now you can custom do your interior, so give or take a little if you go crazy with beams and other fun
Interior
stuff.
finishes, things like that.
Now, the villages, 200,000 to 2 million. They have $1 million estates in the villages.
Okay, well, so next step. Home types.
Okay, home types, they both have villas and single-family homes. The villages also has manufactured and mobile homes.
And condos, and they also have apartments.
They do. I'm not sure all of those are 55 plus centric. The villages is an interesting place because they have areas that aren't within the villages because of all the people that work there. And some of those, like there's a condo complex that's naturally 55 plus, but wasn't a restricted deeded condo.
55 plus, okay. The big difference between the villages and Solivita or a community like Solivita is the villages is a collection of neighborhoods. So the villages itself is a city. It's not necessarily 55 plus, but it's almost like if you took 30 Solivitas and put them all next to each other in one area. Right.
And then built shopping and hospitals and golf cart paths and all of that other stuff.
Between everything, yeah.
Well, I think this is one of the reasons why it's important to have an agent help you out, because location within a community is very important. And that even means location within the villages itself is very important.
Yeah, for example, a lot of the newer developments in the villages are south towards the turnpike, and we've heard some bad stories about people being sold homes sight unseen, and they didn't realize they were right next to the turnpike. Stuff like that. Again, if you want to buy sight unseen, or if it's something that you want to take advantage of, maybe an opportunity that came up, and you are thinking about buying sight unseen, that's where it's really important just to make sure that someone that understands you is working with you, and you do your due diligence like crazy.
Yep. And the villages is an exciting place. Yes, it is. And there are options outside the villages even to enjoy the area. But I am telling you, when you become a villager, and if you love that, you want all your buddies to live there. You can't not imagine living anywhere else. So that's part of that
Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle. So they both have golf courses, so comparison.
How many does the villages have?
Oh boy.
Well, wait, before we say that, how many does Solivita have?
Two.
Two
18-hole golf
two
courses.
18-hole golf courses.
The villages has a polo team, by the way.
Oh
my God, they're so fun.
Pretty cool.
I went to a polo match one time.
Wow.
They even had cheerleaders that came around at halftime
Oh my
and stuff
gosh,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
It was a hoot.
That sounds
It
fun.
was a hoot. But
Okay, we
anyway.
digress.
Yes, we did.
We digress.
We digress?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna.
No, we digress. I always say digress. I had a history class, and my history teacher always used to say that, and one of the students said, "Hey, why do you always say we digress?" So then, like, from then on out, I just started, that was silly. So we digress. So anyways, the villages has 50 golf courses.
50?
50 golf courses.
Okay. Now, my understanding is, and we're going to delve into this with our video, my understanding is there's some executive courses, and then there's some
So 40 are executive.
country clubs that you have to be a membership of.
40 of them are executive, 10 of them are championship golf courses, and then some of them are open to the public, some of them are membership only.
Yeah.
It varies widely. I mean, again, it's to try to explain the villages in one video is kind of crazy, because it really boils down to your specific neighborhood that you end up in the villages and what you're looking for. So kind of like what you'd experience at Solivita, minus the town center, because there's multiple town centers in the villages that are publicly open, so you could live outside of the villages and go enjoy those. You have recreation centers inside these different neighborhoods. So you're gonna find, obviously all the amenities that you can think of, and you need pickleball. I mean, we don't even have to go through the list.
No,
It's like they have
pickleball, pools,
everything.
everything.
They have everything.
Bowling. Yeah,
Now,
that works.
when you move into the villages, you get your village ID, and then all of those recreation centers are open to you. So if you live in this neighborhood, you can go use another recreation center in a different neighborhood. They also create, you can get guest passes. So if you live there and you have guests come, they can have multiple day guest passes to use the recreation centers. But those are obviously not open to the public.
No,
the town centers are. The shopping, dining, stuff like that.
And my guess is if you move into the villages, you would use your comfort area that for most of everything you've got, but then you've got all those other things available as well. The fun thing about the villages squares, they all have a different theme. So like Brownwood Square has the cowboy sort of vibe, and then you've got the Lake Sumter Landing, which was one of the first ones in Spanish Springs, which is also beautiful. They all have the town square feel, so the restaurants and shops and boutique stuff is all around. You can park your golf carts everywhere. Wait till you see the footage. And then there's line dancing at night, or there's other styles of music almost every night. And if there's not a live band, they pipe in music. So it's a super sociable area. So even if you've got, left home, you can go out there and sort of be out.
Yeah.
So Solivita, you've got your town square and some restaurants and that kind of thing.
So it's not open to the public.
And
so it's exclusive
no, not
to
at all.
Solivita. So they have that town square where they basically offer
That's
all
true.
those amenities. But then if you want to experience new things, you have to go outside of the community, and you just have access to Orlando essentially, where the Villages is a master plan city, right?
And you're very far from Orlando. You don't go anywhere else, is my guess, until you're heading to the airport.
Yeah, it is kind of up there by itself, right?
Yeah, it's massive. So with that, the bottom line is there's a hat for every head. You're probably sick of me saying that.
You say it a lot.
At least
It's true, though. It's
At
true.
least I don't say the other one that's not quite so.
What? There's a seat for every. Is that the one you're
Cut that
talking
out,
about?
Justin. Anyway, and it's important to come and actually feel it. The sight unseen thing, unless you absolutely know and you've been here a couple of dozen times, have a family member or a realtor that knows your wants and wishes.
Yeah.
I would visit first and then take a look around, and then you will get the feeling. You'll know if you're going to love the Villages or not so much. You'll know if you'll love Solivita or not so much. You'll know if you love the Claremont area or not so much.
So, and then I think, again, the last thing that it really boils down to, and again, this is more of an organic conversation, this is more subjective, but what it really boils down to is some of the people that reach out and we work with, their concerns are they want to live in an active adult community, enjoy that lifestyle, but then they don't want to be completely engulfed in it. They want to have the opportunity to go to church with a normal crowd. They want to be able to go eat.
What do you mean?
downtown.
Are you saying us 55 plus aren't normal?
Okay. Way to
With
spin that.
multi-generational crowds.
Listen, the
Especially
Villages,
if this is
the Villages, you wouldn't move to the Villages, I would move to the Villages.
It's true. So there's truly a hat for every head.
We will be doing a full video on the Villages, so if that's something that you are interested in, make sure you stay tuned, keep an eye out for that. We just really want to make sure that we dive deep, because there is a lot to cover when it comes to the Villages. So.
Yeah, that has a lot to cover, that's for sure. So reach out either by email, text, or phone call, and let us know if you happen to be coming to town or have any questions whatsoever. We'd be happy to help you explore.
Sounds good. Hey, the information is below in the description.
He's the sound effects guy.